All right, let's jump into it, huh? So this is a viewer submission like a lot of the things that we have, but this has also been an archetype that has had some success on the ladder. It doesn't have a huge play percentage, but the small sample of games that it actually has a very reasonable win rate for. So I'm interested to see if this could be an actual thing or if it is just, you know, kind of a fluke with the small sample size. So the base idea is we have Poro cannons to make some Daring Poros, and then we're actually playing a couple of actual copies of Daring Poro, and then we've got a few like Lonely Poro, Patch Poro Bot, and Mighty Poro here. But Poro Snacks grants your Poros +1/+1 everywhere for 3 mana, and then the Aurora Borealis gives you 2 random Poros and 2 Poro Snacks in your hand. And then Professor Von Yip says, whenever you summon a 1-cost ally, grant it +2/+2, and grant is a permanent buff, remember, so all of these things make our Poros bigger. This deck is also only playing 2 champions, so we have 2 copies of Braum, who makes a Mighty Poro the first time he survives damage, so he's like a pseudo Poro champion, and I've been told by people that have played this deck that this is not a budget consideration, that this deck does not really want more champs than this. I'm interested to see if that feels like the case when we play through some games here today. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this cute little Poro deck looking to pump up the jam and see how it goes. Nah, I think Braum with a power was a little bit too obnoxious for aggressive decks. This deck was looking for champions that made sense in it. Victor could be it. Yeah, Victor could be good. You're creating things with Braum. You're creating things. Well, Braum doesn't play the cards you've created, but your Poro Cannon and Aurora Borealis both work fine with Victor. Ash to Johnny. I'm gonna mulligan this Troll Chan. I think I'm gonna keep the rest of this though. Von Yip in the opener sounds good. A piece of interaction sounds great. Yeah, Lonely Poro creates a card as well. Here's a question: with a hand like this, do I bank mana the first 2 turns and wait to play this post Von Yip? I feel like that's not unreasonable. I have seen Poros run by as well. Yeah, invoke cards are created cards. There's a lot of really good synergies with Victor and a lot of different things. Yeah, Victor with messenger signal sounds lovely.
Requires a sharp blade.
So here's a good question, Precipic. Are they going to? I feel like we need some of the go hards are created cards, right? So like I kind of feel like on the overlay we need like a UI indicator to show what's a created card and what's not, right? Alright, so we're going to take a big chunk here. Honestly, we might just be too slow this game because of the pacing I've taken.
Quite right, quite right.
Quite right, quite right. Morning, Juvu. Multi-Twitch is great for watching more than one stream at a time, if you haven't used it before. Yep. Yep. I'm gonna lead on Daring Poro here, because if they have a Culling Strike, I want this one to get +2/+2 more than Lonely Poro. Sorry, Lonely Poro, it just is what it is.
Many tribes under one banner.
Look at how scary he is, chat! And the sad Poro's not sad anymore because he has a friend. I don't know if this was the right play, but it was the fun play.
Very risky indeed.
They want to eat this, then they don't get to eat any of these. Morning, Harlequin. Good to be back. Looking forward to some awesome Runeterra games. I'm glad you decided to poke in. It's a lot of fun. They have a great core product here, and I'm excited to see how it shapes up as they add more in.
Stand and defend. This is our homeland. Stand and defend.
Yeah, heck, it's those little things, right? Like, this transformation and commissioning another artwork, like, technically doesn't add any strategic value to the game, but it adds, this is awesome factor to the game. Hey, Carlos, thank you for the 22 months of Prime. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. It's a long time. That is a phenomenal draw. Lets me murder this.
Pain is nothing.
Do we just Heart of Fluffed? Yeah, we just Heart, right? I go to 1 if I Heart, though. Oh no, I die, right? Because this'll hook it. We die from the challenger.
Now, where did that one run off to?
Where did that one run off to? It'll be okay. It's gonna be okay, chat. I promise we're gonna be fine. It's fine. We just won't open attacks next turn. We'll play this out pre-combat. Let them attack and then combine. Nah, I'm gonna lose the elusive. I think I just want to play out some more idiots.
Our banner will lead the way.
Wonders Under, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
You're mine.
Think I let Porto hurt or die here because I want to play this out into Heart of Fluffed. They are a flash freeze slash harsh winds deck, so like they might not be dead here, but I'm not playing the. Do I do this? I'm not sure where you're even supposed to do this, right? Because I have to overwrite one of the other ones. They're dead to the overwhelm anyways. I think I just do this. They're gonna die to this with or without elusive, so if they can beat this without elusive, they're gonna be able to beat it regardless. Yeah. This is how we expect it to go.
Today, Ash, you'll see true leadership.
I'm not convinced that this card is good. One of them's cute, you probably get people on occasion, but definitely not stellar against the deck that has a lot of your thing has no more attack this turn, right? Have you seen a Fiora deck that you've liked? Fiora Shen is objectively one of the better decks in the format. It was the third most played deck at in the top third most represented deck in the top 32 of the North America regionals. Fiora Shen. Speak of the devil, and it will appear. I keep one Mystic Shot and a Braum here, I think. Bully the other looking for some cheaper stuff. Oh, I guess, like, this is tough, right? Because, like, Fiora is really good against our cheaper stuff. I'm ditching Braum here. Best card or deck is that Poros next.
Water changes but never breaks.
Is Poros next the best card in our deck?
And go.
I don't think there's any reason to block here and get sharp-sighted. Well, I guess if they have sharp sight, it's gonna happen either way. Just do this now then. Okay. Whee! So we're attacking on evens here, which means we get to drop this next turn into Heart of Fluff the following turn and potentially kill them.
My shield is yours.
Honor dictates both our actions.
So we're discarding Beam, making two elusive Poros, and then setting up for the lethals, chat.
Duty, selflessness, heavy burdens.
I would like one lethals, please. I take it all back, Heart of Fluff. You are wonderful. Hey, thanks, MLT. It's good to have you back. Thanks for dropping in today. So, this thing gets all of these stats and keywords of your Poros in play. Look at this. Look at this big ball of fluff, chat. It's so fluffy. It's so fluffy.
Show them what we're made of.
Yeah, Heart of Fluff heard me talking shit. It was like, all right, you're right. Where's my rainbow, Poro? That's appropriate. Hey, good morning, Jorg. Yeah, the Pokemon stuff has been fun. It's been a good staple. So the in terms of volume of Pokemon stuff, I'm planning to do one more session again next week, and then probably late next week, about the middle of the month, I'm gonna send out my monthly sub survey, and I'll have a question on there about Pokemon stuff to get a feel for what subscribers like and don't like in terms of content for that. So if you're someone that's enjoyed the Pokemon VGC stuff, you might like to see it more than once a week. You'll want to make sure you fill out the survey next week when I send it. You mulligan aggressively for Poros next, really? Is it crazy to keep all of these? Mulligan one Poro cannon. I probably wouldn't mind finding a like a herder. Redness! Thanks for the quarter of a year. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Runeterra has been great. I agree. It says regeneration. Just one of these.
Who goes there?
I think we're holding out for elusive on this. Banking spell mana this turn seems fine with Borealis and Troll Chant in my hand.
Currents, pull them down.
Do I save you? When you mouse over it here, see how it says overwhelm to the left? The keyword changes every turn, you gotta check it. This is drawing a card regardless. I think I just let this go to set Borealis up.
A gift from the river folk.
If I could stop it from drawing a card, I think I would probably do it, but I can't do that regardless.
They would fall by my blade.
Okay. Feel like Fiora is about to mess us up.
Strike quickly.
On guard.
Fine and loose. Steady my hand.
Form will the waters take?
So I get to go, like, Von Yip into a Sinister Poro next turn at least. Then, like, I have double snacks the turn after.
Quite right, quite right.
The balance requires a watchful eye.
Yeah, maybe getting this down was probably better than this, but I think drawing Daring Poro is just the better play. I wonder if they have a single combat here, and they're debating murdering this one. One of these two. Whee! I think I'm actually ending the round here rather than attacking into sharp sight.
Enforced equilibrium.
Try me. Nature blesses her followers.
What do we think of Troll Chant here? To stop this from... Hey, nice Avid Magic player. Yeah, You want to hold it up? They could trick into the Fiora, that's true. Okay, so now, is it too greedy to give this minus attack and give this plus toughness? I think I'm okay if they want to burn another trick on this. a little greedy. Yeah, like if they want to put another trick into killing this, then they're not getting a spell with this turn. I think that's a good exchange for us.
I have no equal.
Morning, Carter. Sweet. Nailed it. Oh, wait. No, it was Overwhelm? Didn't that just say Elusive? Oh, was it Elusive the previous turn? Fuck.
This will be quick.
Language. I have to make sure to swear at least once per video segment, so that way I can tag these videos as not for children on YouTube, chat. It's intentional. Don't want to get hit by Kappa.
Perhaps we should pause for thought.
We're just into this, right?
Try me.
Nature blesses her followers.
Oh dear.
I have no idea, and honestly, Kappa probably doesn't either. Kappa's a really good example of the law not keeping up with the technology, as is often the case. Turns out when you have a bunch of lawmakers who are older than my grandparents, it makes it difficult for them to keep up with technology and write laws accordingly. The amount of obstruction in the Senate probably doesn't help too much either, though. Yeah, it was probably right to try and kill the Fiora the previous turn. Probably doesn't work, but should have at least taken the shot. Is Kappa just old people trying to type Kappa? Yeah, exactly. You get it. I know Infamous is a single-player, story-driven game with something about superpowers, I think. So other than looking up the type of game, I don't usually look more into the games I take. No, I usually like to go in dark. I think I'm supposed to wait until after I can snacks on these. I don't think I'm supposed to play them out into the frying pan here.
Packed 'em good.
Did you believe that people said the 4-mana P&Z card makes landmarks unplayable? I would believe that card game players were hyperbolic for the point of making a strong point.
This'll send them running.
This is probably a great Heart of Fluff matchup, right? Is it? I guess they have a bunch of Doomblades. It actually probably isn't, right? Yeah, we don't have anything that guaranteed gets spell shield though, Zentoth.
Never lost a fair game. Or played one. Eyes open.
Sometimes. Sometimes it does.
What have I told you? Stay out of there.
Stay out of there.
What have I told you? Stay out of there.
Oh yeah, glimpse me, daddy.
Like this? Oh, I see.
Then we're gonna cannon, discard the troll chant, play a 4/4.
We playing bilge rules, son?
If the other two champs in this set are even half as interesting as Victor looks to build around, it's gonna be a really great set. Morning, Heather.
Gotta go with the flow.
Trust me, they add up.
Why are you here?
Our elusive aggro deck is looking pretty good. I mean, that is what we're playing. Our deck is an elusive aggro deck. It's why it's competitive.
Why
Poor
again?
Mox. Thank you for the 29 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hey, Mr. Pockets, thanks for the 5. Yeah. Yeah, Runeterra. I've said it before, but it's worth saying again. Runeterra has definitely reminded me of all the things I love about card games. The fact that they just hit this one down to 3 is a little scary. Maybe they have Grasp. Could be a card they have. Or it just doesn't matter because they just have like four Gohards in their hand or 3 Gohards in their hand. Okay. Can I kill them next turn?
You've gone and spooked them.
So this is 4, 8, 10, 12, 16, 20. Yeah, 12, 16, 20.
Where do you stand on cold shots?
The Shen emote might have been premature. You probably should have gone with the Leona. Didn't premature Shen, chat. Didn't premature Shen. Listen, Poros being shot out of cannons are very dangerous. Proceed with caution. Proceed with caution. I've never seen the Aesol Figures guns. It's amazing. It really is. Yeah. Yeah, their translation of different memes into League of Legends character-themed emotes is really good. understand what they're doing. Misfortune gameplay. I'm gonna mulligan these, looking for some cheap Poros to start. I'm gonna keep Troll Chant, I think.
Bounty Bowl knows me now. Time to get rich.
Oh, fluff everywhere.
Oh, fluff everywhere.
Use his legs.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good.
You think they're gonna spoil Ribbon today? I'd kind of be surprised if we got champions 2 days in a row.
Let's get to it.
This treat is aggressive. They must have another misfortune in hand.
Love ya.
Yeah, I would expect them to space the champions out a bit, since those are the most exciting cards. Yeah, tomorrow or the day after.
Quite right, quite right.
Nagakaburu's guide us.
Yeah, you get new spoiler cards every single day until the set releases on the 16th Blunder Bottle. Cedris, the Entertainer King. Thanks for keeping me around entertaining. I appreciate the 7 months. Welcome back.
Blessed is motion.
Think I want to block here. I'm gonna take the 3. Well, that's a second Von Yip.
Perhaps we should pause for thought.
Pause for the whole.
Keep up, keep up.
Keep up, keep up. I think we're actually ditching Mr. Poro bot here.
Explosives primed.
The dead don't need riches.
Stay back.
No!
Too slow.
We could kill them next turn. Maybe. The problem here is I'm probably gonna get burned out. Oh yeah, if we drew Poro Cannon, we definitely could have.
Quite right, quite right.
For the Empire.
We've summoned Von Yiptron, chat. Unfortunately, we're gonna get burned out before it matters, but it's here at least.
If they don't break, they'll burn.
They'll burn. Well, at least we'll always have the time we had Von Yiptron together in our hearts, chat.
Your path ends here.
Yeah, you gotta stabilize in the double digits in this matchup. Even double digits there wouldn't have quite been enough, right? They had 2, 2, 3, 4 at the end there, which is 11. Pirate burn confirmed, still reasonable. Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna see an uptick in Fiora Shen Precipic after the results of the ladder. The results of the regional. Fiora Shen had the biggest discrepancy between its play rate on the ladder and its representation of the top 32. Holath, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
I am one with the land. Dine and whisper. Steady my hand.
Fiora Shen feels like a less bad version of Zed Lee Sin. I feel like you'd need tech specifically to deal with that matchup. I'm not sure I fully follow what you're saying. Innuendo? You think Fiora Shen is better than Zed Lee Sin? Is that what you're saying? I would be inclined to agree with that sentiment. Hey, I think we're going like one drop into beam this for one.
We swim within the flows of magic.
Did you get into the snap?
Well, so one thing that's important to understand, and is that we don't have we got top 32 deck list for the North America regional, but we didn't get the starting distribution of them. So we can't draw conclusions about performance. We can just talk about what the final representation was. Because in order to talk about performance metrics, you need to know where you started from. So we can kind of draw, we can talk about like the difference between like what the representation was on the ladder versus like what it ended up in the top cut, but at the end of the day, we can't draw performance indicators. Boats and Bros, if no one has suggested yet. That's, I have a highlight cut for it that's going to go up on my highlight channel that's named something that effect, Andarchy.
I find them unworthy.
Now, where did that one run off to?
Oh, that's cute. No, spoilers. Spoilers happen in about 20 minutes.
My shield is yours.
Honor dictates both our actions.
We're just supposed to do this. Thought we had both sets. We do not, Logan. Someone asked about the top 32 information. I posted a link in the subs Discord. If you look in the deck list channel, if someone wants to grab it from there and share it, they're welcome to in chat. I had a spreadsheet come across my desk with all of it.
I sense an imbalance.
What have Poros done to you?
What have Poros done for you? Is Ash Sedge a good counter to Fiora Shen? It is. Yeah, the Frostbite decks, Ash decks specifically, tend to be very good against the Demacia decks. Well, that's potentially lethal. See if we can pull a sneaky on him here, chat. They could have sharp sight to hop in the way of our 12-12. Yes, even without lethal, the Aurora Borealis is going to give us a decent amount of grind, correct? We're gonna like double sharp sight single combat here. I'm planning to stream Cyberpunk 2077, not until sometime early next year. Elusives. Yeah, we're currently playing through Witcher 3 on stream, and I'm trying to not start multiple long games at the same time. Fight me IRL. I won't fight you IRL, but thanks for the follow. Man, it is a Shen Fiora kind of Morden, chat. So do I do this into Poros next? Do I need Braum? Maybe I don't need Braum.
We swim within the flows of magic.
Careful of sharp sight here. Okay, here's a piece of feedback. What does that mean? Instead of saying be careful of sharp sight, tell me what game action you think I'm supposed to take to play around sharp sight. Don't be vague, be specific. What am I supposed to be doing to be careful of that? Because like that card's going to get us at some point anyways, right? Like they're eventually going to do a thing and it's going to either block our elusive or something along those lines. So the feedback, don't attack, they could have sharp sight, could be something worth discussing. I don't think that's correct. I think we're supposed to attack.
Sweep them away.
How do you feel about Troll Chant and Poros next here? That even beats a riposte in terms of killing our thing. I think I take the shot. Well, we've played against a ton of Shed Fiora so far today, but so far it hasn't been particularly impressive. Yeah, their deck is much worse without River Shaper. Like in terms of pure power level, their deck feels like two different decks when River Shaper's active versus not. Hey, D-Beard, thank you for the 3/4 of a year of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, this actually sounds great, right? We go Elusive into Herder, then we have Snacks or Patch Pour about the following turn. Just hit lifesteal unpatched. Yep. Tough's actually not bad either.
Nothing but the stink of blood and sweat. Let's get to it.
Easy game.
For the Empire. You are the many. Fortune favors the bold.
Yeah, I think we just passed here, right?
Dead don't need riches.
Am I killing their misfortune, or am I eating their 2-3? You want to block the 2-1 as well? I think I like this. This lets me get another attack for 3 here. It's like they're keeping this for now, but I get to gain another 3, which seems super good. Yeah, that's true. Open attacks is probably free.
Like a fish in water.
And I think we're just going wide at this point. We're like setting ourselves up to Fluff next turn for lethal potentially.
Every way is a path. This is our way.
Love ya. This doesn't change a damn thing between us.
I am reborn of salt and brine.
I take back everything bad I ever said about Heart. Yeah, you. Heart of Fluff. Heart of Fluff's our boy, chat. Good little Fluffy. Hey, Time Lord, thank you for the 2.5 years of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Good morning. So anyways, we started lifestealing. Is it crazy to full maul here looking for... I think I full maul looking for Aura Borealis and snacks and Von Yip and stuff. I think I want cards that can increase my average Poro quality. I think ideally I want to try and play around Avalanche and Vile Beast as much as possible. If they pass, I'm gonna burn their mana. It's been a hot second, Time Lord.
Quite right, quite right.
Quite right, quite right. Two and a half years. That's about as long as I've been doing content full time, right? Like early 2018, I think I was when we ended up
Like this?
finding some childcare for the kids and doing more of this. It's been a hot second.
Trolls are going to war!
I last 30 seconds. Well, that sucks for your significant other. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Listen, chat, I'm not the one that picked their username out. If they didn't want streamers to make jokes about their username, they wouldn't have picked that one. Yeah, so do I definitely just dropped 2 elusives in play, right? What am I discarding to drop elusives into play? It's probably just the beam, right? I just want to ignore their stuff and try and kill them. Do I think I'm beaming this? I don't think I'm beaming this. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at too. I think we just don't care about their bird. Whee! And like all of these are 2/2s, soon to be 3/3s. You know what's gonna be really funny? When Trundle hooks one of these and we Fury of the North it. It's gonna be great. Oh, they don't even get to hook one of these. They hook the big one. That's great. I may hang out on YouTube, but thanks for all the content. And thanks for being a positive person with ideals you stick by. Thank you for the 19 months, testy fella. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot to beat Ruination too, right? Because we literally just get to play out 18 power worth of Poros if they ruinate us. Both of these make another 1-drop.
I'll knock 'em dead. One smack'll do.
And supposed to just click OK, right? Yeah, I don't think we Fury either. I think I want to be able to put 18 power into play if they ruinate me. Whee! Another Harsh Winds. There's a Flash Freeze. what? I probably should have put them to 2 there. I probably should have put them to 2 so our Mystic shots were lethal off the top. Maliso, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, I think it's just snack plus beam, right? The problem is we die to atrocity. Dead to second atrocity is an issue. What? Yeah.
My king! Do not stand in my way!
I don't live, chat. Not if we block right. Oh no, I'm only taking 4. No, we're good. We beat atrocity. I'm dumb. Jet straight. We're fine. So anyways, my opponent cast their sweeper and then we killed them with my aggro deck. Gazer, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. EVN, thank you for the 10 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I'm impressive with this game. Super impressive. Super impressive. I think that this deck, yes, I mentioned when we started during the deck tech that this deck has a small sample size played on the ladder according to Mobalytics, but its win rate in that smaller sample size is very good. Really, like, seeing this deck makes me really wonder how many other gems are hiding out there, right? Like, how many other decks are there people flying under the radar with where they're winning lots of matches, but, like, they haven't caught on? Because nobody's dug through the data or no streamer has noticed yet. So I occasionally, like, check. I keep the Runeterra page open next to me, and come on, Swim. Why would you make me see that? I had to see that when I refreshed the Runeterra page, so you all have to see it too. Put a belt on. Misfortune Gangplank. I'm gonna mulligan this. The rest of these seem fine.
I have my orders.
Never not beaming.
Damn it.
Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Thank you.
Explosives primed.
I think I just play this as a blocker.
In position.
Ye started without me.
That's very good. Spoilers should be live on the YouTube channel and their the YouTube channel and their Twitter here in the next 60 seconds or so. For people that haven't been watching the rest of the week, we're going to finish the current game I'm playing, and then I'll pull them up on stream and talk about them. If you want to see my thoughts on all the other spoilers that have been going up each day, I put my spoilers segment in this playlist on my YouTube channel.
You are safe with Braum.
Love ya.
It is easy, see?
To be fair, that was misfortunes make it rain, right? Yeah. Huh. With that draw, I think I get Vanyip going.
This? Oh, I see.
Who's ready for a show? Don't be sad, my friend.
Something that I think a lot of people don't acknowledge enough in Runeterra yet, that will become more apparent as the game gets older, is that because Runeterra is such a well-balanced card game compared to a lot of other card games out there, personal play preference, the types of decks people personally enjoy, are going to end up dictating what people play fairly often and what's popular.
Taking your head.
Don't make promises you can't keep, little girl.
I just like play hard at Fluff tier, right? Today, King Koopa, there should be an announcement. I could also try and set up for Fluffed Lethal next turn. Well, so the problem is, like, you literally win in one turn. It's a question of, do I survive to get another turn? Yeah, I don't know that. I think most of our lines end up with us dead here. You mentioned discard aggro precipic. That's why I hope we get starting distributions of the data, because discard aggro was super underrepresented in the top 32 of the tournament.
You are safe with Braum.
Yeah, it's just we can't know that without starting data, right? Oh, that's a really good thought too, Precipic. The fact that you it's missing the scout. Oh, there's a scout icon. Weird. The fact that you couldn't play discard aggro alongside Ezreal Draven is a really good thought that I hadn't put together offhand.
Lock the door.
That's a super astute observation. I assume we're just dead to Rune Spell here. It's probably very likely why that deck was. There's a good chance it was underplayed. Let's look at some spoilers. We're dead here. To the Twitterverse. It that stares. 8-8 for 8. Play, obliterate all landmarks or deal 2 to all other units. Pretty, like, good stat lines. Seems reasonable overall. There's no sound for the non-champion videos. That threw me off the first day too. No, these are in play. This is not in decks and things. This is just in play. If it doesn't say in play, if it doesn't specify other reasons, it's just in play. Just means both. It means both sides of the board. That's a good point for Press pick. 8 mana cost is relevant because it can be a Behold enabler in Freljord decks. Something relevant to think about. The Skarg Grounds. When an ally survives damage, grant it 1 attack and tough. That is a Vlad payoff, isn't it? Interesting. It's okay with like Crimson units and stuff too. Oh, because once Vlad hits your things, it then doesn't hit them again, right? They only have to take one hit from Vlad. Yeah, that's neat. Yeah, it's good with Braum too. Maybe some kind of Braum Vlad deck could be good with this. Notably, this only costs 3 mana. Some of the other landmarks we've seen that are a little bit too expensive. This one's fairly cheap though. Yeah, good with Ember Maiden as well. Lets Ember Maiden always survive her own hits after she comes down. It's good with Fortune Croaker. Yeah. Monastery of Fiora. 3 mana, round start, create a Sanctuary in hand. I assume they're going to show us a Sanctuary here in a minute. Recall an ally. It's fleeting and burst. Can't be cast in combat or in response to a spell. So this is not a trick to save your things from removal or interaction. It just lets you... Yeah, it lets you like reset or heal a unit. Ooh, that's a cute thought. This technically synergizes with Victor. It's a created card every single turn of the game. It's fine with things like Sump Dredger and Rummage. Sure. It triggers Yasuo. I wonder... I don't know if it would add too much complexity to the game, but I really like the design / timing of burst speed, but can't be played in combat or in response to things. But I feel like putting this sentence onto a lot of different spells is kind of awkward. And I wonder if they need a 4th spell speed. Yeah, like this is like gems, right? Like Snap or something. Yeah, I feel like if this is something they're gonna be doing, I think we just need a 4th spell speed. I like the design of it. I think the design of it is fantastic. I just think that putting that constantly onto cards is wordy, and we just need another different icon here. Homecoming. Recall an allied unit or landmark to recall an enemy unit or landmark. I wonder what we're gonna get, what else we're getting in this set. Because now Homecoming, along with Sanctuary, these are 2 cards now that return our own things to our hand. So, like, this is the same price as Will of Iona. So, like, there must be some kind of payoff that cares about returning your own stuff, right? Is Zoe Iona? I thought Zoe is Target, right? Because we already... Lulu was our Iona champion for. We're not getting a new Iona champion this set, right? We have a is it Noxious is the last one? We should have another Targan, and then, yeah, Riven's gonna be Noxious. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that this seems particularly good. You'd really need things that want to put things back in your hand. The one, like, kind of upside to this card is, like, it technically gets you 2/5 of the way to level a Yasuo. It's recalling 2 things. Will doesn't get to recall landmarks. Yeah, that's fair. Recalling landmarks frequently isn't going to be very good, though. The only like, the notable thing is, like, this is 2 for Yasuo, in my mind, is something to note. Wiggly Burblefish. Reduce my cost by 1 for each spell you've cast this game. When I'm summoned, create a 1-cost spell from your regions in your hand. So this card's unplayable, right? Rephrase. This card is unplayable as long as Gohard's a tier 1 deck. I agree that in a vacuum, this is super powerful, but cards don't exist in a vacuum, and I feel like an X1 like this just can't be competitive in a field with Gohard being competitive. The artwork is adorable. This card draws Gohard. I mean, it generates at random. It creates a 1-cost spell from your regions in your hands. So this is like, there's a good chance this gives you garbage. Yeah, like, if this was like drawing a 1-cost spell out of your deck, I think it could be sweet and playable. That's probably too good with Gohard, though. This, like I said, I think this card does seem very good. It's just with Gohard in the format, it's hard to see this, like an X1 you have to enable being playable. The Boom Ship. Deal 1 to a unit, then summon powder kegs equal to the amount of damage dealt. Okay, so this just, like, replaces your kegs? So you, like, play this with your kegs, it blows up, and then it puts the kegs back into play? It's a neat design. Kegs plus 1, technically. Yeah, it does 1 base. That's fair. So that's a good point. Gives you one extra keg. So just to go end and highlight, this is a card that will probably see some amount of play. The flexibility on this seems good. Maybe this could be a card that can put Behold finally on the map. So it's an expensive card that helps you catch up on board on its own. The flexibility of dealing with small units or landmarks seems really good here. This card seems like a sweet build around. Not sure that this will necessarily be super competitive, but there's a lot of different directions this could build in, so I also wouldn't be surprised if this pops up in something that's reasonable. Both of these recall cards, with Monastery making Sanctuary and the Homecoming, these both seem kinda eh. These are cards that, like, maybe there's a payoff coming that recalling our own things could be super good with, but, like, in the card pool that we already know of, I don't see either of these cards being particularly exceptional. This card seems very sweet. Hold on 1 second, Jacob. If it had a second point of toughness, it would be perfect. If it doesn't, because it doesn't, it's probably going to be tough being played into Gohard. And this card is maybe fine. The fact that it's only to units probably means it's not good enough. I'd be surprised if there's a control deck that wants this effect. Hold on 1 second, Jacob. I need you to wait 1 moment, bud. This card could actually be good maybe in the Gangplank Swain deck we played on stream yesterday. Could see that being an okay fit. But yeah, a lot of neat things here as always. What's up, Jacob? Thank you for waiting. You can't get into the boss area?
No.
You gotta look around. Maybe there's a switch or a puzzle. If you can't figure it out, I can help you figure it out after I'm done working today, okay? I can help you after I'm done working today, okay, buddy? Take a break if you can't figure it out. I love you. Maybe look for buttons or switches. Maybe you gotta unlock it. That's part of learning to play games. You gotta solve the puzzles. Matchmaking has failed. That's a cute emote, Goody Bones. Yeah, maybe press a pick. I don't know. In the later turns, the go hard decks are even more likely to have go hard though, right? Because they'll spend a whole bunch of time casting it by then. It's important to note, I see some people saying that they were underwhelmed by those. It's very clear that a number of those cards are synergy cards, and also not every single day is going to be cards that defy new archetypes being spoiled, right? A lot of these cards are going to slot into existing archetypes as small upgrades. Will the boat deck make it onto my website? Usually I try to only put things up on the website if I've played them a couple of times. Small sample sizes. You know, it's very easy to have a good run with the deck that's not particularly good, so I like to usually get at least 3 or 4 hours in with something before I put it up there as recommending it to other people. Because while I don't make the effort, while my website's goal isn't being strictly tier 1 decks, I do like to try and make sure the things I'm recommending to people are competitive.
And spoke
Like a Turbo Lucian deck looks like here.
Don't get in my way.
Twitter.com/playrooms here. Mr. Missouri. They post a spoiler video there every day. As awkward as it is, okay, so I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and go. Do I play around Sharp Sight here? I think I need to play around Sharp Sight here. I could Troll Chant -2/+2 before I beam this, but I think guaranteed taking this out of play is important. Hey, Kevbo. Thank you for the very generous tier 1 sub. I really appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Thanks for keeping me around. Thanks for the support. I wouldn't be here without folks like you. So, I mean, they had the pump spell I was playing around, right? Like, I explicitly decided not to Troll Chant so we could play around to +2 on the Lucian. Draven Lucian. Mark used to give +3/+3? That's kind of gross. Nice, nice.
There's a chill in the air.
Okay.
I've always got your back.
Don't worry about me.
No room for doubt.
Lucian! Lucian!
Ow! Ow! Why is she so angry, chat? Oh, it's because we murdered her husband. Got it. Math checks out.
In a world full of monsters, I'm glad I have you.
That'll never change.
Like this? Oh, I see.
Oh, I see. Well, shit. That's pretty good. She is a very angry lady, chat. We are about to get murdered. This is casual 16. Is this what they mean when they say sweet 16?
Go time!
Death Pickle. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. She's a very angry girl, the kind you can't take home to mother. Mother, I have someone for you to meet. Heimer Vi. This deck, this is actually, so we talked about Shen Fiora putting up good results in the event this past weekend in the NA shard. This deck was actually the 4th. You think this deck's overrated, Precipic? Or are you talking about something else? You get great players, it's good. I actually think this deck's probably underrated at the moment. Based on play rate on the ladder versus conversions to the top. Like, if you look at the metrics from the NA, it was the 5th most represented deck in the top 32. There were six copies of it out of the 96 decks. I'm fine with this trade. We'll probably go elusive Poro into Poro hitter next turn. The Vi Heimerdinger deck, which is like being the 5th most popular deck in the top 32 of the tournament when it's basically non-existent on the ladder, is like really reasonable.
Need a hand, little star.
Follow along, little ones.
We'll find you some friends. Protect the stars.
Huh? How soon am I Poros snaxing? 2 turns from now, probably?
You've gone and spoke them.
Throw this in front of here. Next turn I'll have 5 mana, so I can go Poro here. And then next turn, I Borealis, and the following turn, I double snack. Yeah, that's one of those things that's hard to know, press pick. You can only speculate, you can't draw meaningful conclusions. Alright.
Answers, I have them.
Have them?
Why, it's just 1.21 gigahexes.
Gigahexes?
Out of the springs.
I can't realistically play this against a Hush deck, though, right? Oh gosh, against Comet as well? Definitely can't play it against Comet. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to play this as Spell Shield there. I can see that. Hungry, hungry Poros. Opponent's archetype does generally play Guiding Touch and Star Shaping, so they have a lot of life gain. Nah, I don't think so, Precipic. I'm gonna put this on the stack now, so this way they don't get a chance to heal it when I Mystic Shot it later.
Unforeseen outcome.
I think the play here is bank this spell mana, hoping to roll Spell Shield on this next turn to pair with Heart of Fluff. Howdy, Casper.
It was my heart that led me here.
Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Runeterra. What do we hit? Fury. Not exactly the droid we're looking for, but we did find another Poro cannon here to get some more Luces into play. Am I giving up on the Heart of Fluff Dream? I think I'm giving up on the Heart of Fluff Dream. You can't really heal in a Freljord Bilgewater deck. Well, so, like, it's important to know that, like, this is basically healing, right? Things that give temporary toughness boosts are essentially healing in Runeterra. They don't count for things that literally say heal your units, but, like, effectively they end up being healing.
Divert our power to main laser.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out you're saying you can't heal in Freljord Bilgewater aside from Tavern Keeper, and I'm pointing out Freljord cards that effectively heal. Things like Troll Chant and Fury of the North are effectively healing. And they're Freljord cards. So, not quite the lethal attack we were hoping for. They have a lot of bots to attack back with here in a second. Unfortunately, only putting them to 3, so Mystic Shot off the top is not lethal. We have 5 ticks at least to block one of these, and then we're hoping to just, like, make it through to next turn with one of our 4-4s. 4-power things. For all 3 hushes, now it's 2 of them, though.
Sturdy construction.
Did we die while I wasn't looking? I think we died while I wasn't looking.
Trust your heart.
This is still exactly dead, right? Yeah. Close game. Double hush into heal 5. Dragging across the finish line. See some of the strength of the opponent's archetype against aggressive decks here. Being able to have healing combined with cheap interaction is very, very good for them. Mono Twisted Fate, eh? Could be go hard with just no second champion. Honestly, I'm gonna keep all these. We wait to drop these till after we've won, yep, and then we play a bunch of 3/3s out. We'll drop Patch Poro Bot on 2, so we're not burning off a bunch of mana. Seems fine. Yeah, could definitely be Undying too. I think either way, this plan seems fine.
Time to get rich.
What are the benefits of getting past level 13 on the vault? It's very minimal. 13, like 5, 10, and 13, I believe, are the big like threshold / goals you want to get to. They have Go Hard to finish this year. They are, in fact, a Go Hard deck.
Give us some room.
You started without me.
I think I'm just passing here. I want to bang spell mana so I can have Troll Chant to protect Von Yip next turn.
Perhaps we should pause for thought.
No, no harm at all. If you're having fun playing, play as much Runeterra as you want.
Hold it, partner.
This is why we bang spell mana. I think I'm going to need the lifesteal, quite possibly. Hey, Odin, thank you for the entire year of support. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around.
Ball, folks.
Welcome back. Hey, there's a challenging Poro. Alright, are we ditching Thermo Beam or Fury? I feel like it's probably Beam here.
Yippee! I talk to spirits. These are my rules.
Great. New stuff is coming. Yes, we are a little under 1 week away. Exactly 1 week away from a new start release. Yeah, one week away. Next Wednesday, we will have a new card drop of 40 cards. If you haven't been able to keep up on spoilers or didn't realize those were happening, I have a playlist on my YouTube channel here where every single day I go over the new spoilers that drop. Runeterra has a 2-month release cycle for new cards. So we got cards in October, and we'll get some next week too. Middle of the month every 2 months. We'll get 3 new champions and 37 other cards. One of the things that's good to know, and this is very different coming from other games, so I think it's important to tell people, is that compared to a lot of other card games, they want to mulligan these looking for a cheap Poro to pair with Herder here, keep 1 piece of removal against their aggro deck. Compared to other card games, it's important to note in Runeterra that Runeterra doesn't constantly invalidate existing cards with new card releases. As someone who started playing 6 months and 2 card releases ago, decks that were competitive and reasonable when I started playing 6 months ago before Targon even existed as a region are still competitive and reasonable today. The Runeterra Balance team does a really stellar job of just adding new archetypes and supplementing existing ones to the format, as opposed to having constant power creep and pushing old things out to try and get people to buy new cards.
Their sense travels on the night air.
I'd like to Thermo Beam your Diana. You are not allowed to murder my Poro. It did nothing to you. Awesome. Thanks for subbing on YouTube, Kenzer. That channel with the spoiler reviews every day this week also posts a deck highlight video every single day. I usually play 2 to 3 different Runeterra decks per day on stream, then the best of them each day I put up there on the YouTube channel. With Von Yip drawn, I think I'm waiting on the rest of these. If you target 2 units, it does too much dog, yep. So Static Shock's very common in Ezreal decks because it's a good enabler for it, for that reason.
Bless the faithful and fear the heretics.
We're gonna take a bit of a hit this turn, but we'll have a pretty great turn next turn.
Perhaps we should pause for thought.
Follow the horizon.
Lunari, rise!
You've gone and spooked them.
Is it too aggro to go to 7 here? I don't think I want to throw this away to gain 3. I'm just gonna go to 7.
Always chasing after this one.
So I'm gonna have 6 total mana next turn. So if I play this Poro out, I can Borealis into Poro stack next turn with my bank spell mana, which is great.
They forced us to choose death or the blade.
They didn't open attacks. I'll pass around and see what they do. If they have a Nocturne, we're gonna die. Tokyo Whirlwind, thank you for the 13 months. Good morning. I think that's lethal.
Her flowers bring the moonlight with them.
Find
Good
your
lord.
path in the dark and follow no false light. By the moon's
We have top 32 lineups for the NA server shard. They have not posted full tournament breakdowns, and they have not posted. I've not seen the other non-NA ones yet. He's gonna level on this attack here too, right?
Punish transgressors.
Oh, this is fearsome too now, right? Because he leveled. Maybe I should have kept the second thermo beam that game at the beginning to be a little bit more interactive. Very possible. Recall Landmark with Doom Beast. That's kind of funny. Are there any other Nightfall cards that give you value constantly from playing them? Not really. Timo, Sajani, Ezreal. Again, good thing to note on my opponent's champions is they are either playing 2-2-1 or 3-2-1. We know they're not playing 2-2-2 because if there were 2 of each of them, Ezreal would be in the middle. Honestly, this scene seems great.
Prepared for anything.
Yeah, the sorting priorities here are number of champions followed by cost. So because they're not in cost order, it tells us the numbers that they have potentially. Vithatrad, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
Trust me, they add up.
Maybe this attack is wrong. If they have Troll Chant, they could eat this and then open attacks and hit me for some mushrooms next turn. Yeah, I'm probably only supposed to attack with Poro Herder here because of Troll Chant. It could also be right to just pass the turn and just make it so they can't play anything this turn as well. Suit Up could be a card. I don't think Suit Up's a card you play around on 2 mana. Like playing around them having drawn Suit Up for their turn is super narrow. You find the cards interacting and talking with each other a lot annoying or no? I love it. Runeterra feels more alive than any other card game I've ever played, and a lot of that is because of the sound design. I think it's phenomenal.
I'll scout ahead.
Would you believe he once fit in my hand?
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
I'll have what he's having.
Von Yip! Start by attacking.
Think I'm still like a yodel in uniform.
Can I erase what they're doing? I think so.
Like this? Oh, I see.
Slippery. I love the smell of mushrooms in the morning.
I think we need to murder Timo here, right? We need to murder Timo here. See if we have another chant. We do not. So, getting paid off there a little bit for its aggressive attack earlier that took their troll chant away. Stay out. And it's the lonely Poro here. Keep my thermo beam. Beam to answer Sajani down the line seems very, very good. I think I just attack for 9 to start here. And then probably use our mana to Borealis this turn. Harsh winds to gain 6. Yeah, deal. What archetype do I find the most interesting / fun? The most fun deck in Runeterra is Diana Twisted Fate. Easily my favorite / most fun deck. It is reasonably competitive even if it's not tier 1. You could win plenty of games with it. If you haven't seen that deck before, it's one of the many fantastic decks up on my website. Keep a list, hand-maintained list of decks that I find sweet up there. You can find the deck code for that deck on my site. Hey, Coburn. Thank you for the tier 3. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. It is Blur's Day. Thanks for the 26 months. Throwtrod, thanks for the follow, by the way. And Twisted Fizz is still fun. Yeah, that deck's fine. It's just not as good at leveling D. The Twisted Fizz deck is more of the Twisted Fizz deck is an elusive aggro deck, whereas the Twisted Diana deck is a Twisted Fate deck. If that distinction makes sense. Speaking of elusive aggro. Alright, so, Poros. This was a deck where, during the deck tech, I talked about how we're really only playing 2 copies of Braum, and this deck doesn't really feel like it wants other champions in the current format. That being said, there's a good chance that this is a deck that's really interested in leveraging Victor out of the new card drop that's coming, right? We've got Poro Cannon that creates card, we've got Lonely Poro that creates cards, we've got Aurora Borealis that creates cards. Yeah, maybe cut the Braum, cut like Fury of the North. We're gonna have to wait and see exactly what the full suite of augment cards is. There's probably a good chance we want to include some other augment enablers in here as well, or some other augment cards. Maybe you work around something else, but I think this is probably one of the many shells that's gonna be worth exploring augment cards in. We are just a elusive aggro deck at its core. So like there was the 3 mana augment card that's elusive. We could see that potentially being useful in here as another elusive threat worth playing. But overall, even if you're looking for something to play during the next week while we're waiting for that card drop, this deck has felt super reasonable. We won a ton of games with it here today. It has a reasonable win rate in the small sample it has on Mobalytics, and just the mix of being able to go wide with things like Lonely Poro while making them tall with things like Von, Yip, and Poro snacks felt great. In addition to being able to just make a bunch of elusive idiots with Poro Cannon and run people down. So that's going to be it for this deck.